welcome back to Boujee Bravo Bitches, where we talk all that Bravo tea from basic to bougie. We're your hosts. I'm Jenna.
I'm Darcy.
And I'm Amanda. Let's get into it, bitch.
Hey, bitches.
What's
Hey,
good?
girl.
I missed you, girls.
Welcome
Missed
back.
you.
U.S. soil.
Thank you.
How was Italy?
It was perfect. It was magical. It was everything.
That's
Good
so
food,
nice.
Good wine. Good weather.
It looked beautiful.
Good times.
It did look gorgeous.
Sad and happy to be home. Happy to be home with my husband and my dogs, but could live there forever. I did not ever see the Gorgas while I was there, and you know what? Fuck them. That's what I have to say.
Oh.
Fuck them.
Right off.
Fuck them.
Yeah, you know what? So, like, I reached out a couple times, I feel like, and I reached out to every, like, Bravo celebrity that was in Italy, and everyone had something nice to say, and everyone was so kind, and, like, Andrea gave me restaurant recommendations. Like, people were so nice, and, like, I reached out to them a couple times because we were in the same place. Like, I was eating dinner in the hotel they were staying in. Like, we were on the same, like, we were in the same towns, on the same islands. Nothing. Not a thing. Like, and I know they saw them. So that's, like, even worse. I'm just like, fuck you. Like, you're not trying to be private. You're on a fucking vacation where you're posting yourself everywhere, where it's very noticeable where you are. I literally, like, look over and I'm like, I'm sitting in their hotel right now eating dinner. I can tell from everything they posted. So it's like, you're not being private. So, like, if it were me, I would be like, yeah, we're at the lobby bar. Come have a drink. Like, that's what I would do. Like, be nice to your fucking fans. We're the reason you're famous. You fucking losers. And I'm not a fan, just for the record. I'm Team Teresa all the way. But now, even more so, fuck you, Gorgas.
You've said
Fuck
that
you, Gorgas.
You've said you were Team Teresa a few times. Maybe that's why they were ignoring you. You called yourself a tree hugger.
I think you're probably right. But, like, fuck you. You guys are fucking losers.
And it's not like people know them in Italy. Like, nobody knows who they are. They're not getting bombarded. They're not fucking Kim Kardashian. I'm sorry. She's not Kim Kardashian, even though she thinks she is, okay? So, yeah, she could have had a drink with you. She sucks because she doesn't know how to treat her fans. I bet she's really bitchy to her fans.
She seems like a fucking bitch. Yeah, I'm not a fan anymore. And now I'll just publicly say how much I don't like them. I try to, like, keep it like as neutral as possible, but fuck them. Fuck you, Gorgas. You fucking losers. Pay your fucking bills, Gorgas. Pay for that vacation, you fucking losers.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm angry. I'm angry at them.
I feel like you are. If I ever see them down at Tom's River, I will make it be known that Jenna hates you.
Yeah, if I saw them, I would never say anything nice. I'd be like, you guys are fucking losers. You could have at least wrote back.
Yeah, she's too busy. She was filming, like, a lot of promos when she was in Italy.
Oh,
so
I know.
How else are you going to pay for that trip?
Exactly. She has.
They don't pay their bills.
They don't.
There's probably still an outstanding bar bill at their freaking hotel lobby bar. I would have bought them a drink. If I saw them. Okay, here's the thing also. Like,
donation.
I'm not, like, annoying. I'm not like such a fucking wild fangirl. If I saw them and they were, like, sitting across from me at dinner, I would have sent over drinks and I would have been like, from, like, a fan. From a RHONY fan.
Such a really nice idea.
I would have been nice. I'm not like a creep. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
You don't strike me as the person to fangirl, like, really fangirl over anyone.
No, she's really cool. She had, like,
I was born fucking
cool.
She had really good interactions at BravoCon, and I was, like, such a little bitch in the background, like, couldn't talk to anyone.
Amanda
and she was like
terrified.
I was terrified. I had, like, anxiety the entire time. It was awful. It was like, I can't even do it. Like, no, thank you. I was like, Jenna, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know how to act. She took a picture with Andrea. I wouldn't even go. I'm like, no.
I did. I, like, ran up to him. I'm like, I love you.
I couldn't even go. I couldn't even, like, look at Luke. Like, I was like, I can't even look you in the eyes, bro.
Then I told Luke she would leave her husband for him.
She did. It's not true.
For all the maple syrup in the world.
My husband listens to this. He's going to be pissed.
Sorry, Brian. Sorry, Brian. Just kidding. Yeah, so that's the only bad thing about Italy, I guess, is that the Gorgas were there. Fucking losers. Anyway.
Okay. Moving
We're
on.
back.
Moving on.
So just want to throw this out there for everyone listening that we're going to get into the, like, light, fluffy, and fun of the week. But obviously, for those of you that watched Below Deck Down Under, it was very heavy. And we're definitely going to get into it later in our episode. So this is just a pre-trigger warning, and we will let you know when the trigger warning arrives. But we want to get into the light and fluffy first. All right. Lots of Vanderpump like stuff circulating. The spin-off cast was revealed. So it's Jackson, Brittany, Kristen, whoever her BFF Luke is, some real estate agents, former Miss USA, and her actor husband, a couple of other couples, Jasmine Good from the Bachelor Nation. It's just like a bunch of random names basically, but I guess it's like filming, and Sheena and Lala have filmed for it too.
Oh.
I don't get like the premise.
I don't either. Well, it sounds like it was like couples that are like in their professional like life and like
Jackson
LA.
and Brittany don't really have a professional.
They have a podcast. I actually Googled it the other day. I Googled it.
They're opening a sports bar.
Jax's, and they offered a position to Sandoval, which was just so.
Do they
so
live
nice
in
to
LA?
watch.
They live in Valley Village too.
I feel like I thought they lived in like Kentucky or something.
No, that's where she's from.
Okay, I thought they moved back there for
they
a while.
live in the same neighborhood as Tom and Ariana, and where Katie and Tom live too, Valley Village.
Okay, well, there you
those,
go.
Like those modular.
You know what I want to learn about?
homes?
Somebody teach me about LA city life, like where people live in LA. That's what I want to learn about.
You should listen more to like Crappens and Two Judgy Girls. They have experience living there.
Yeah, but they never. I guess I listen to Crappens, but
listen
I need like a deep dive.
Courtney like lives there, so she like every time something comes up, she knows where it's located.
Okay,
I don't know as much about LA, but I do know.
I want to know like where the hot spots are, like where you live. That's what I need to know.
Beverly Hills, baby.
Yeah, well,
Calabasas.
Ew, it's not even close. It's like an hour away.
If you don't live in Beverly Hills, do you even really live there?
I need to live behind the gates. Do you guys do this thing? When I'm bored at work, I go on Zillow and I look at the mansions in Beverly Hills and I'm like, oh, I could live in this nice $35 million mansion. Like, I don't like the kitchen in this one. Like, I'm ever gonna be able to live there. But yeah,
no, when I'm bored at work, I like Google people that I don't really like's address, and I'm like, oh, you only paid that for your house.
I also do that.
Oh my god!
Oh, you're renting? A loser? No. I'm just kidding. I literally just bought a house 5 seconds ago. So I was a loser until 5 seconds ago.
No, I Google anytime somebody like posts something at like the school functions. Maybe I shouldn't say my secrets, but I like look up their tax information and it gives their address. And then I go to Zillow and I look up like, I need to know. Sorry.
Love that.
I love sleuthing.
Yeah.
I'm nosy by nature. I just I want to know.
I always look up when my neighbors pay their water bills because I'm like, and then their water bills are so low. I'm like, are you guys not showering as much as me? Because my bill is like 4 times as much.
Our water bill is so low. You should check your water meter.
I mean, it's not high, but theirs is like $40 and mine's like $90. So I'm like, are you guys not showering?
Mine's like over $100 a month.
Okay.
Ours is like $40 every 3 months.
Yeah, you have 2 people. My kids take a bath. I know. We're talking about okay.
Water bills. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
All of our listeners just dropped off. Sorry. We're coming back. Also, just speaking of back to Jax, I guess is filming for VPR. Like, there's been multiple sources that have seen him actually filming.
So I'm on maternity leave and I'm doing a rewatch of VPR because it came out 10 years ago.
That.
Oh my god,
so good.
Dying. I'm on season 2. Me and Summer watch it, and I'm like, my niece came over and she's like 11, and she was so hooked on it because her phone died, so she started watching it with me, and I'm like, I don't really know if you should be watching this, but I'm like, I'm not gonna stop you. Like, you need to learn.
Yeah.
Should not have been watching it.
That's so funny. So funny. They were also filming something about her, like another like pre-opening to the pre-opening to the pre-opening. I guess they were all there eating sandwiches.
They do a lot of pre-openings at their restaurants.
Yeah, I think that they're like waiting to open until like, well, I guess filming, but they're filming. But I feel like that'll be like their maybe like show closer.
I was gonna say like the season finale party.
Yeah,
the grand opening.
The only other VPR news I saw is that apparently Ken Todd's being sued for like $1 million.
I did see that.
Something pump related. So.
I didn't read too deep into it.
Yeah, me neither. Because it was Radar Online. I'm like, Radar Online, how could you do VP? How could you do LVP like that? She gives you all the dirt.
We just talked about that last week.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't read too much into it either. Let's see. Big announcements. So we got an announcement that the RHONY Legacy like Rugget cast. Like that cast trip is going to come out before Rugget 4, which was the Brandy Caroline did she touch me, didn't she touch me like scandal. And I feel like they just don't know what to do with that. I don't know if that's ever coming out. I'm going to be honest with you.
I won't be surprised if it never airs.
I think it's never going to air.
We'll see.
I think there's litigation.
We'll see the reaction that they get from Below Deck into how they play it off, and because consent. We'll see.
Yeah. So, anyways, this year we're going to see the RHONY Legacy Rugget special. So that's
very excited for that.
I'm excited for that too. I felt like that was going to happen once I realized they were filming that before this one Rugget 4 ever came out. So I don't think we're ever going to see that. But.
Which sucks because I was looking forward to seeing Camille.
Yeah. She'll be on Beverly Hills this season. You'll see her. She'll be at the white party. Also, apparently Salt Lake City is coming out September 5th. So I'm assuming a trailer is dropping soon because the Southern Charm trailer dropped and that is coming out on September 16th.
And that looked really good.
So good.
Okay. It looked really good.
It did. There's a couple newbies. I think Jarrett, and then there was Rod and Rodrigo. Like 2 rods. 2 rods.
I don't know, but I'm into the Austin, Shep, Taylor love triangle.
I want to see what happens.
And I love Madison, so.
I'm into the fact that Naomi's not on it.
Same. I do not like her.
Not a fan.
Yeah.
I just started Southern Charm. I'm on season 3. I love it. You're going to love it.
That's like the only thing I can get Joe to watch with me.
Good.
Yeah,
pretty much.
It's good.
It is really good. The trailer looked bomb. It looked fire. I'm excited for it.
Well, I was like, oh, you know what? This looks good. I need to watch it.
I'm going to also go on the record and just state that Madison was probably the nicest one out of that whole entire cast that we messaged.
Yeah.
She was so freaking nice at BravoCon.
She was.
She's my queen now. I love her.
I love Madison. I loved her on the show. I love how she calls Austin out on his shit. Like, I can't believe she dated Austin.
Ugh.
We all make mistakes.
Yeah.
No one's love life is perfect.
She dated him though because she also got like a whole new face and body after that. So like her old body and face dated him, and I could see that going together.
And her husband is hot, so.
Her husband's super hot and like Mormon, right?
Yes,
Mormon
and
hot.
You know how I feel about Mormons. Love them.
Yeah, you love Shane.
I do.
Are you listening?
Certainly do. I love him.
Speaking of The Simpsons, it's just random, but I was just on Instagram and Emily like took her 3 kids on her own on a like Royal Caribbean cruise. What the fuck?
Okay.
So weird.
Well, you know how I feel about cruises. Not a fan.
Not a fan of boats. Got it. Summer House filming's heating up, and did you guys see? I think I sent it to you. So Lindsay posted, and they were like in a room getting ready, and it was her, Carl, Danielle, Sam, and Gabby. And then like later, I think a picture just came out today. They're in Montauk, and the new guy, Jesse, and Sierra were there as well. And Danielle and Lindsay were sitting right next to each other.
Yeah, I think they're probably friends again.
I think so too. Should probably be a bridesmaid.
Oh.
Yeah.
I hope we get to see that wedding. I just don't know because it's like
it's in November, so and it's in November. It's not when they're filming.
I know. I guess we'll see.
I guess we'll have to watch people.
We'll just get an engagement party, maybe.
Yeah,
probably. The Atlanta reunion looks came out. They were all dressed in ice blue.
Yeah.
They all kind of looked bad except Marlo. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I was only a fan of a couple of them. I think I liked Kandi's.
Kandi looked
I liked
okay.
Kandi's dress.
I liked part of Sheree's, not the whole dress. Like if we could get rid of some pieces of it. Kenya looked like Blue Big Bird. Looked awful.
Kenya looks like she had Brooks Marks. What is
Brooks Marks?
Meredith Marks.
Yeah.
Her son dress him. Her.
Yeah. Makes
so
sense.
it's the same look that
I'll
she
say
wore to
Courtney
the
looked like
Courtney
looked like she gained like 25 pounds. Like it did not do anything for her.
I didn't like Kenyatta's like pantsuit either.
Yeah, I don't like a pantsuit. Not a fan.
But Marlo looks beautiful, and I'm just okay. I have to say this, like I'm so team Marlo, but like I posted the looks all separately, and people like voted hers down. I'm like, you guys are just haters. Like she looked beautiful. There's no way you could tell me she didn't look beautiful.
Yeah, people are.
If nothing
haters.
more, she's fashion. You guys are.
She looks so
Stop
good
hating.
anytime. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Stop hating.
What they like Drew's fucking lame as fuck.
Oh, I forgot about her. I was trying to forget about her.
She doesn't know how to dress.
Oh, okay. I will say this because I never say anything nice about Sanya. How do you say it? Sanya. Oh yeah, Sonja and Tanya. That's why I always get confused. She looked cute with her little pregnant belly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'll say that. Nice thing to say about Sonja. Anywho, so Morgan Wade is featuring Kyle as a love interest in her video, and I want your thoughts on that.
They're just trolling. Kyle is just trying to like use her fame to catapult Morgan's career.
She is taking that 15 minutes and running with it. And you gotta hustle.
After Scandival, like now I just think they're hiding in plain sight. Because the interview they did was weird. Did you watch it?
No, I didn't.
It was weird. And I'm like, oh, you guys are like, are we getting our story straight? Like, that's how they were looking at each other. I just feel like I'm so conditioned from Scandival now. Like, everything is a scandal to me. And I feel like they are secret lovers.
Yeah, but I also think that, Kyle is so produced and so curated that she has this image, and that's why like when the whole separation came out, I was shocked because she puts out this image to the world where she's like perfect, a perfect family, a perfect life. And so this, I feel like it's got to be produced. Like I'm not buying anything that Kyle does. Nothing is authentic.
That's a good point.
Yep.
She's an actress.
Yes,
Child actress.
Exactly.
Child actress. I just saw today, I sent it to Darcy, that Captain Lee is doing a live show the night before BravoCon. And it made me think how many of them are going to do like live shows. And so I know Erica Jane's going to do like performances during that time. And then I'm just thinking like maybe they're going to do some live shows just to like sell out more stuff, or for people who like didn't get tickets that will still want to like go see them. I feel like, and that's like such a good idea.
It's not a bad idea.
It's so smart.
Yeah, like I would go see like the Grand Dame do a variety show.
Would you go to like Countess and Friends?
I would. I want to go to Countess and Friends. I wanted to go last year so bad. It was like right at Christmas time when I was in New York and I couldn't go. I would definitely go.
Well, she's gonna be in Minnesota like the day before BravoCon starts. So, like people were speculating, like, is she gonna be there? But she has to be. Grammy Lake is such a hit.
Here's my question. Did you guys see the show that's coming out with Captain Lee and Kate Chastain? It's like it's like the People's Couch, but it's Kate and Captain Lee, which I'm like loving that.
Yeah, what's it called? Like it's like
it's like couch room, with like it's exactly like the People's Couch, but it's with Captain Lee and Kate. It's probably I think it's called like Kate and Captain Lee's Couch.
Couch Talk.
Which I did love the People's Couch. It was fun.
Yeah, I will watch it.
I'm definitely gonna watch.
Is it gonna be like an after show type thing?
They're gonna watch the shows, and then like when they watch the shows, they'll talk about it.
It's gonna be like pillow talk, like TLC. Do you guys watch any like 90 Day Fiance?
No.
Oh no. I'm gonna do another podcast with other friends on that. No, I'm just kidding. I don't have any other friends. I have no other friends. Could you please watch it? That's a separate network. We don't get sponsored by TLC, but I watch all those 90 Day Fiancés because I just think they're such fucking train wrecks and they're hysterical. But they do like they'll do the show and then they'll play it again with like the previous couples. And it's called Pillow Talk, and they're sitting in their bed like watching the show, like commentating.
Oh, okay. I love that. Okay. My mother-in-law watches all those 90 Day Fiancés, and she's like, "You have to watch it. It's so good."
Addicted. They're so bad. They're so good. They're bad. Yeah. The only other thing that I saw this week in breaking news was just that Tiffany Moon had commented on like one of Gary's posts, which just kind of further solidifies our thoughts that she will be on season 5 of Below Deck Sailing Out in Ibiza. Yeah. So,
there you go.
There you have it. I didn't see anything else really this week. How about you guys?
No.
I think you covered it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thorough. I like to be thorough. Let's get into the shows of the week. We had Real Housewives of Orange County since we last recorded. I'm trying to think of what happened.
I had to like really think about what happened because I couldn't remember anything.
I know it started with the Tres Amigas.
Yeah, and Shannon
it started where it had ended, where Shannon was flipping out. And we still don't know why, but I did see on Watch What Happens Live that Shannon said that once we all find out what it is that Heather was like talking shit about will all agree with her that filming should have stopped.
Bold statement.
I know.
I mean, they always say that. They always say, like, once you hear, you're going to do, like, who did that? Like, Lisa Rinna did it.
Yeah.
Who did it last season? Like, a bunch of shows. Somebody was like, oh, once you see what they did. I have to think about it. But, like, nobody agreed.
So that's where we started. And then we didn't get any more Vicky after that. And I just love her. I want her back. I realized how much I really missed her, honestly. Queen Victoria.
Same. Yeah. A lot of people don't feel that way, but I certainly do.
Yeah. I love an OG. I have a lot of respect for an OG. A lot of respect. Mm-hmm. They were really funny on watching.
Oh, it was Summer House where fucking what's her name? Danielle kept saying, "You'll see what Lindsay did. You'll see." And then like everyone was all team Lindsay. So that's what I was talking about. They always do that. Like I'm not going to change my mind. I see you're a fucking idiot. It just
drums up like ratings and attention. And attention. Oh yeah. Then they went over. What did they go to John's house? And they went on that weird boat ride with like Jen and Ryan. And Ryan
did you guys see Ryan's outfit? What the fuck?
He was dressed like a dickhead.
Why were his pants so tight? He is a dickhead, so
I know
it's on brand for him. But why were his pants so tight?
Why was he wearing a leopard collar? Okay, then I also saw that he writes all those things, like all that wording on his jacket. He like writes it on there himself in markers.
Go Ryan.
Okay. I know last week I
said little like bears we had growing up.
Yes, so you like wash
up. Yes, doodle bears.
Doodle bear.
Yeah,
that's what Ryan looked like.
He did look like a human doodle bear.
Yeah,
I know. Last week I said he was such a creep and he's always looking at our stuff and he must not have listened to the podcast because he's still fucking looking at our stuff. Like you are a creep.
Here's the question: he told Tamra that he never said I want to F you. Do you believe him?
No.
He definitely said it, right?
Yeah. You know what though? Like I think she's kind of a liar too. So.
Oh yeah.
I think that they both probably were like, yeah, like he's hot, she's hot. Like who cares? Like if you guys never said someone's hot, even though you're married, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I my husband could say someone's hot, and I would probably agree with him. So.
I would tell my husband if I thought someone was hot.
My husband saw, I won't say where he saw her. It was Emily Ratajkowski, whatever her last name is. She's
like the pictures.
She was like sunbathing, and he, he's a fucking creep.
Brian's getting ragged on tonight. Poor Brian.
We love you.
I'm going to tell him not to listen to this episode.
I don't think you're a creep, Brian.
Don't listen to this
think if you see a lady in a thong, you take a pic.
He wasn't taking a picture of her in a thong. He was taking a picture
I'm just
of her because, she's famous. And then he was like,
just kidding.
Weird. I love it, though. Don't listen. I'm telling him not to listen to this episode.
Don't listen.
You're going to make him want to listen more.
I know if I don't listen.
We talked so much about him. I feel like there wasn't much else going on. I mean, Jen and Tamra made up, I guess.
It's not going to last.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Yeah, I just felt like this was like a fluffy.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot. Yeah, it was more of a filler. I'm not really into the whole everyone's individual scenes. I am more of a chaotic dinner, chaotic boat ride,
Yeah. Let's get another cast trip going.
Exactly.
Well, I know they have one coming up. Don't they go to Mexico or something?
I'm more happy to see Mark Cuban. That was exciting for me.
He looks really aged.
Shark Tank.
He looks like he's really aged.
He's an older gentleman.
Okay, I know they made fun of Fancy Pants for continuing to talk about that thing. I never heard her talk about that before.
No, they never played it, but I talk about our podcast like that. I'm fucking always. You guys should listen to my podcast. Did you listen to my podcast?
It's
Do you
called
guys
being
know?
A good businesswoman.
Exactly. You don't get to own a $55 million house by fucking sitting on your ass.
Right.
Working at Costco.
It's like the same reason that we all know about Ramona
Tamara's mom works there.
And at Costco.
Okay, that makes much more sense.
I could see Darcy. She was like, what the fuck?
Okay.
Wait, what is Ramona's business she always used to talk about? True Faith.
True Faith, her jewelry business.
Yeah, it's that's what you have to do.
Look at Tipsy Girl. Not Tipsy Girl. Skinny Girl.
No, don't say it. We're going to get copyright infringement. Copyright infringement.
She drove around in a Bucky, and remember Luann was making fun of her? And I would have been like, bitch, this is my job. Like, now look at her. She's a billionaire on Shark Tank with Mark Cuban. So
still insane.
She's a fucking
I liked her better before. The only thing I can really say about OC is the Watch What Happens Live was better. And the owner of the Quiet Woman,
he was the bartender.
Watch What Happens Live, and he shaded Kelly Dodd, and she was not happy. Kelly Dodd came out of the woodwork. It was funny. And Vicky said that she banned Teddy from the Tres Amigas shows.
I knew I liked Vicky for a reason.
I mean, John Mellencamp's daughter, because I hate Teddy. I didn't even repost this because I hate her so much, but she wrote back. She like clapped back and said, "I don't even know you." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, you do, Teddy. You know her. You fucking idiot." Like, what
your Tamara's on your podcast.
Whole podcast is like devoted to knowing her. So like, shut the fuck up, Teddy. I don't know her. Like, get a better comeback. Such a Robin comeback.
She doesn't even go here.
But she's trying to be like Mariah Carey, where like when Mariah Carey says, "I don't know someone," I actually believe that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Wasn't it J-Lo? She said that.
I think so.
It's so good. I love Mariah Carey.
Viva la diva.
Team Mariah.
That was it for OC. We'll see what happens tonight. I know they kind of just showed like the like trailer for the rest of the season again, right? They didn't really show like a what's happening next.
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, I was bored. They got to do better. I want to be into it, but then like they do these boring episodes where I'm like, nope, not into it. Anywho, okay, then we had like the Manic Sunday lineup of Atlanta, RHONY, Crappy Lake.
Yeah.
Sundays are
a mother.
Day.
Oh, they are a lot.
Let's talk about Atlanta. So we had like it started off with like everyone's in their like house, like, you know, with their kids doing whatever, and Kenya and her daughter were like playing with a baby. Like,
yeah, they like rented a baby.
She's prepping for I know. I feel like they did rent that baby. She's like, "Oh, it's her cousin." I'm like, "Your whole family hates you. What do you mean this is your cousin?" But it looks like she is prepping herself up to like surrogate out another child. So good for her. I think that's lovely. And I do have to say this, their little like confessional where they were wearing matching outfits was really cute.
That was adorable.
I think Brooklyn's super cute.
Then we went over to Drew's house where she was organizing her closet. Ugh.
I didn't realize she had that huge tattoo on
her titty.
The front shoulder titty blade.
Her titty tat. Yeah, that's because those are out of style. Yeah, because they're out of style. They were never in style. You know who can pull off a titty tat? Eve, and that's it.
Facts.
Yeah. Titty tats are not for the faint-hearted.
Mm-mm.
But this is what she did at her house. She like renounced Courtney's title of cousin Courtney.
She's Courtney now.
Courtney. She's just Courtney now.
Well, I'm team Courtney.
I'm team Courtney too. I actually started to like her more.
Same.
She was like too much with the like, oh my god, like every episode.
Yeah.
But I actually like her now.
Same.
Still not a fan.
And then we rolled on over to a restaurant where Kandi was waiting for Miss Cynthia Bailey to return. Cue Amanda yawning.
Literally. Because she's fucking dull. She makes me like fall asleep. Bye. I'm going to sit this segment out. Fine. Her one-liners are all right. I mean, honestly, I will like none of them are doing anything this season. Like, so if Cynthia Bailey's the most exciting thing to happen to the season, that should kind of tell you where. I think I just hated
where
her
Atlanta stands
so much on Ultimate Girls Trip. It just like set me over the edge.
Oh, she was
bad.
So bad. All right, but you know what? Now looking back, right? Like she got she announced her separation like shortly after that. She probably was like not in a good space.
Okay, well Vicky wasn't in a good space when she went, and she was fucking hilarious. If I die, tell people I'm sad. I mean, her man dumped her the day before she left.
Vicky was already fired and trying to get back. Cynthia Bailey was quitting. They were in two different states. She also would like gain like 100 pounds. Like she was just not in a good space.
All right, well.
And Kenya was dissing her for fucking Melissa Gorga.
I know.
So that's fucked up too.
Yeah.
Not that I'm like Team Cynthia, but I'm gonna empathize for a sec.
Okay, you do that. You do that.
So you don't want her back?
No.
That was my next question.
No, please. Her and her 55th wedding that, she had a fucking giant wedding inside during COVID. And I am like, I don't even care about that kind of stuff. But like, come on, read the room, bro.
She did have a giant wedding. And they were all just wearing like glittered like face shields, which was like not the thing. Like we learned a long time ago, they do not protect you.
Just like, if you want to have a wedding, that's fine. I don't care. We don't need to promote it though. Don't get me started.
I know.
You got yourself started.
I know.
You really worked yourself up about this, Bailey.
Take another yawn.
50 Cent. You know who I really want to see as a housewife? Tamika Tiny Harris. T.I.'s wife. I just think it would be good.
Lost it when they like panned over to her hugging the girls.
Literally
and you just
tiny.
Saw the top of her
I didn't know she was that tiny. I'm like, now that's why they call her tiny.
I'm obsessed with them. I used to watch T.I. and Tiny on VH1, like, and I would still watch it. They still do like T.I. and Tiny like Family Hustle, and I still watch it because I'm obsessed. I would love to see them on it because I just think the whole family is so entertaining that like it would be like bringing a whole show. Like they are a whole show in and of themselves.
Yeah.
And that's my 2 cents, Atlanta producers, if you're listening, because what you got going on is boring me.
It really was a snooze fest of an episode.
Right. Like we're at another fucking candy-coated nights party, bedroom candy. Like how many more products launches do we have to go to for candy? I'm over that too.
Same.
Saying she looked really good though. I did want to say that about her.
She looked great.
She looked phenomenal.
I liked all of them in orange dresses minus Drew. I will say Kenya's reunion look was much better.
I know. I feel like I'm always the body shamer, but she did look like a rectangle in that dress.
Well, because the strap she wore it like it was a
two-strap and
dress.
It wasn't
supposed to be a cross-shoulder strap.
Yeah.
So like it was just ill-fitting everywhere, and like it.
She looked like SpongeBob in an orange dress. She looked bad, really bad.
But when they all
Kenya's like, who wore it better? I'm like, obviously you Miss America.
When they went in the room and then they brought Marlo in, Marlo's like, what the fuck am I doing here? She's like, you know what? I'm not doing this. Bye. She's like, why are you leaving? I need a show. No.
She goes.
Marlo's like, no.
What did she say? Drew edits herself so she looks like she's 22 on Instagram and a whole jump scare in real life. Oh my God. So her and Bren were on Watch What Happens Live afterwards. And they brought that up that she said that. She didn't remember saying it. But they were like, why are you making fun of her body or something? She goes, she has Drop It Like Drew. If you're going to have like a body, like lifestyle brand, then your body better be banging. Get lipo. And then
she's not wrong.
She's not wrong. And Drew went off and was like, you're disgusting. How could you even say this? I'm like, why are you being so dramatic? She said you should get lipo.
That's how Drew
I want to get lipo.
Bitch, I'm going on Ozempic as soon as I'm done nursing. I'm like, seriously? Ozempic. Isn't that how the commercial goes? It's such a good tune. I like sing it every time it comes on. I'm like, yeah.
You are a marketer's wet dream.
I love it.
You know, sometimes they get you.
I hate Drew. I don't know. Okay, so like they brought LaToya there. LaToya never even answered the question whether or not they kissed. Like there was no answer. I don't believe Kandi started the rumor. I don't know. The whole thing was just like, why are we talking about the Bolo night? If we have to talk about Bolo, your fucking 3 seasons since then are so fucking boring. Like,
agreed.
You have nothing to talk about if we're talking about Bolo. Right
agreed.
Now. Seriously, Atlanta producers, you need to fucking figure it out. I'm not watching this shit again. Time for a fucking change up. This is what I would say.
Take a page
Kandi,
out of RHONY.
Goodbye. Kenya, goodbye. Drew, goodbye. Sonya, goodbye.
Sayonara.
I don't know. You know what? I would keep Sonya because I feel like she's a good she can play both sides. No, she can play both sides. She's good at like keeping the calm.
She's definitely a fence rider.
Yeah, exactly.
She just bores me. Her whole storyline bores me. Her whole family bores me. Everything about her bores me. They can all go. You know what? They can keep Drew. I need someone to make fun of.
Okay.
There. I said it.
Okay.
And now we said it.
Said it.
If you're listening, Atlanta producers.
Keep Marlo, for sure.
But the peach party was fun. I'll give him that. Fun-ish. Peach party? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Marlo made it fun.
Well, that was the last fun we had, because then it just got into some real heavy, dark stuff for the rest of the week. Well, except Crappy Lake.
Okay.
But RHONY was heavy. RHONY was
very emotional. Like,
it was.
Uba talking about her mother, like that had me like tearing up.
Yeah, that made me sad. I don't want to think about things like that.
I don't like seeing sad clowns either, right? Like the people that make you laugh. I don't want to see them sad. Like Robin Williams. No.
Oh.
Yeah, it was just very heavy. Obviously, we heard a lot more about Brynn and her backstory, which I wasn't aware of any of that. Were you guys?
No, not at all. But I don't really know much about any of them.
No, I kind of thought she was just a socialite, but I don't know, a Brynn. What's her name? Not Brynn.
Tinsley.
Yeah, Tinsley or
very
Gossip
different
Girl.
than Tinsley.
Blair Waldorf.
Oh yeah,
no. Yeah, but no,
not at all.
Not the same. Which I just had a lot more respect for her after that, honestly, and it made a lot of her behaviors make more sense. Therapist's corner. Sorry. But
it does though. You're not
wrong.
It was nice for them to open up in a way that's very authentic.
Yeah.
And you feel like you really get to understand at the core of who they are and what their experiences have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We needed it too. We do need the backstory, right? We have to know them, or else what's the point? We can't really invest unless we know about them. But I don't know. That was a lot. I hope we hear more, because I feel like we didn't. We got something and we got nothing all at the same time. It was the non-answer answer. It looked like it was very hard for her, and something she clearly has not worked through.
Yeah, she probably just masks it with other behaviors.
Humor.
Which is not, to each their own.
Yeah. But yeah, so we started off in the Hamptons. Everyone finally had the fucking shakshuka. So overhearing about the shakshuka. Thank you, Erin, for bringing shakshuka to this episode.
Yeah.
And wearing shoes in Sai's house after you got the PSA not to.
She got the memo.
So are you guys shoes off in the house? What's your stance on it?
I don't make people take their shoes off. I just mop the floor, but we have tile.
So like I said, if we have all hardwood, I also have 3 kids who are constantly on the floor. So if I have people over, it's 1 or 2 people, take your shoes off. My doormat says, please take your shoes off. But if I'm hosting a party, you can wear your shoes, and then I'll just do a really good mop after.
Well, and also I feel like it's totally different in New York. I take my shoes off at my parents' house because it's snow, slush, sleet, gross, dirty.
Yeah. It's yucky.
In Florida, it's you just keep your shoes on. Yeah. Because it would be weird.
But whenever I go to someone's house, I always take my shoes off.
Do you? I ask.
Yeah. No, I do. I take my shoes off. I just think it's
ask.
My mom also had a sign on her door that was take your shoes off. I don't know.
You grew up in the shoes off.
Yeah.
See, Amanda, your doormat is a lot nicer than mine, because mine just says, bitch, don't wear no shoes in my house.
I like that.
And everyone's like, oh, do I have to take them off? I'm like, no, it's from a song. It's funny.
No, I'm take your shoes off. Thank you.
My doormat just has a C on it.
Boring. Oh, cute.
Boring. That's all we really got of Sai. Oh, we did get a little more of Sai and David, which I think they're really cute.
You know what? I can't find any background on David. It'll be it's David will come on the show, but he's extremely private, and there's no info on him. How is he retired? How did they get their money?
I know.
I need to know. If anybody knows, DM us, please.
Their money has to be from him, because
it definitely is.
It has to be.
She's got a following, and not
a huge one. She's not
And also on Watch What Happens Live last week, Andy had said something to the effect of there was that game where they play where it's is this true or not? And it was Sai owns a dress from Princess Di. And Andy was I was going to say, yeah, because I feel like David bought it for you. And I'm
And he's probably got some cash.
He's retired. Of course he
know.
Probably some kind of like developer or something.
I was gonna say like a banker,
They're cute though. I think they're cute together. Still just like not feeling Jessel. What about you guys?
Not a fan.
I don't love her, but I think she's necessary. Because she's like,
you need someone not to like.
Yeah. Well, she's been at like
you need a villain,
like the center of like everything, all of the conversations, all the bickering. So like, I think she's a necessary character.
I'm not into her. And her
husband wasn't wrong.
Also, like, but I'm just gonna say this. Maybe this is just my relationship. But if I was being a bitch, my husband would be like, "You're being a bitch." Like, the whole like dance around that word. I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like,
no, my husband will straight up tell me.
Yeah, my husband would be like, "You're being a bitch." The end.
I'm an absolute sweetheart. That conversation never happened in my home.
I honestly cannot see Pablo calling you a bitch. Like, I can't see it.
Never.
Cannot see that.
Love that for you.
Can totally see Joe saying it to me over and over again.
You know what?
Like,
sometimes
you too.
You know what? Sometimes it's deserved. I'll be honest. I can be like a really nasty bitch, especially in the mornings. In the mornings, I am not a pleasant person.
I think, every relationship's different. One thing I learned in mine was like, I got to have a thick skin right off the rip because sometimes he just says off the wall shit.
Oh, same.
Like, what the fuck? And he's like, I love you. I didn't mean anything by it. I'm like, oh, okay. Just like,
same.
It's like,
I get it.
Fuck you means I love you sometimes. I don't know.
Yeah. I love you guys.
Our poor husbands really getting the rip tonight. Neither one of them should listen.
No, I'm gonna be like, skip episode. Skip this episode. It's a crappy episode. Don't listen. It was so boring. Thank you.
So lame.
Nothing to talk about.
They went to Friendsgiving. I think Jenna is stirring the pot.
Good for her. Somebody has to do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she definitely is.
I
she
like
can call it old lady brain, but I'm like, no, you are.
She knows what she has to do.
Lady.
She's super intelligent. Mm-hmm. So you don't make millions by being fucking dumb, okay?
You sure don't.
So
you sure
she knows exactly what she's doing. She came for the check.
We did get a little more like of the business's background too. It was a lot. It was like background week. Like we learned more. Like Erin's got homegirl, and she works with what's that guy's name? Frederic. Yeah, I liked him. Actually, do you want to know something? How I got into watching Bravo was I watched a show that was him and Bethany like selling real estate in the Hamptons.
I never watched that show.
And that's when I started watching Housewives.
Okay.
Actually. Yeah. So, little tidbit of it.
Little tidbit for you.
And then I was like, she's crazy. I'd like to watch her. And then I started watching RHONY. That was the first Housewives franchise I watched was RHONY. And then I was hooked. I'm like, Bethany Ever After. Like I watched it all.
Yeah.
Watched it all. So she has Homegirl, which is like she's into the like development of the units that she sells. I didn't get it. It wasn't like interior design.
No, she does like,
Yeah, it was like more like architecture kind of.
More like redesigning and then upgrading, but also doing it where you're not spending $4 million and only improving your house value by $1 million. So
love it.
Yeah.
And then we saw Uba hot sauce.
Obsessed with her.
I want to buy Uba Hot. Have you guys had it?
No, but I want to, and I didn't realize it was one of Oprah's favorites.
Like,
fucking huge.
It's got the big O, seal of approval.
Like
that is huge. Must be good then.
I'll try it.
Must be good.
I love a hot sauce.
Must be good. Did you guys watch What Happens Live after?
Part of it.
Brynn was in such a cute outfit. It was
so cute.
Oh my, she has a banging body.
She's beautiful.
So cute. Yeah. She looked so cute. But she totally shaded Ramona. So it was like they played like a guess how old they are game. And they were so bad. Her and Marlo were so bad at it. Like they guessed Caroline Brooks from Dubai was like in her 50s. She's 34. But Ramona came up on the screen and Brynn was like, she's 83. She's like, she goes, that was for my girls.
You know what? I'll say one thing. Like Ramona's an asshole, but she looks great for her age. So
she's 60.
I know,
60 something.
She looks amazing.
Oh
yeah.
No, she's good. I just read the last note you're gonna say.
Oh,
I was gonna say that.
Go for it.
Brynn and Shep are DMing. He DM'd her.
He did.
He did.
She said it's PG, but
now.
Okay, so I would die to be in a Bravo Palooza with both of them because I would make that shit happen. I would wing woman both of them, and I would make that shit happen.
Shep don't even want to talk to you. He ran away.
I had to make him. He was so rude. He didn't. No, he talked, but he was just like,
yeah.
rude.
And so what I think happened was he talked
hammered.
to us, and then I yelled at him because I was like, he kept calling Deanna like what Diener. I don't even know what he was saying.
Oh
like,
yeah, we made him do like a video for my mom, and he called her like not anywhere near her name.
And I like yelled at him, but we were all drinking.
Yeah,
so then he like ran away from us, like yeah.
You
and then Taylor was like trying to kiss him, and he was like, "No,
he was not having
oh my
it.
God, it was a lot.
Not having it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of it for RHONY. We'll see what happens next. Crappy Lake.
Hilarious.
Still a good time.
It's just
it makes me cackle.
Wholesome and good and just.
I love
so
Mike.
Good.
I love Mike.
It.
Mike is the man.
The new like hot tub for the motel. I love that. That
Hilarious.
is totally gonna bring in the guests to the Benton motel. How many people do you think have gone to visit Benton since this has like been filming though?
I mean, probably a couple.
Enough.
Yeah. I bet you anyone living in the surrounding area has definitely gone to visit.
Oh yeah, because you know it's in like their Facebook groups. Oh, what's going on in Benton?
Is it Indiana or Illinois?
Illinois.
Yeah. Yeah, it's in their Facebook groups, and they're going there.
They're definitely going there. They're going to the Benton Motel for a hot tub and happy hour.
Yeah.
I'd stay in the Sonja suite.
Let me tell you, I would go to hot tub happy hour.
I love that they redesigned the rooms. That's so cute.
And I love that her brother came and did it. That was so nice.
Yes.
They're like doing the rooms, and then I'm like, I didn't understand what was happening and why Sonja was in like the bathtub when it was happening, but it was so funny when she's like, you have to make sure that you test the water first because sometimes you get a martini or a vodka and you don't test it and that's how you get burnt.
She's like, there's not enough bubbles, and she's splashing the water everywhere. Like
everywhere.
She goes, like, no bathtub, that won't work for me.
And she's like, and some people just take forever.
She's just a kook. Like she's just
you want a Jello shot?
I know, I died. She's like
so funny.
I love how the contractors are like so tired of them, but like it's so good. Oh my God. When they were singing, I couldn't stop laughing. And the guy's just videotaping them and they're like, take 9. And he's like,
it just kept their creative differences.
Benton. And they, oh God, it was so
the Folly
good.
rehearsal when they're like calling out the girls like, you don't come out till the music's on. Come on, it's on. You're making her nervous. You're making her nervous.
And then when she was like, hold on, I can't pay attention to them in the background and them in the foreground. And then what's the guy's name was like, no, I understand what you're saying. And then Luann was I was gonna say the same thing. She's like, we don't need to hear from you.
Yeah,
you're just gonna say the same thing in a different way.
She's like, no, so we already know. You agree with me? All right, thank you. Moving on.
Then she goes, all of a sudden she's like, want your baked potato back? And like throws it. I'm like, Kathy Hilton would never.
Oh my God. It's so good. I hope
it's
they do
like so needed.
They're gonna do like another 2 to 4 episodes. I feel like because that was episode 6, so I'm like they're gonna do 8 to 10, and I'm like so sad because it's so
probably
good.
8 to 10.
And that's what I figured.
Hope they like do it in different locations.
They're just such a good cast. Like I feel like if you had like a Ramona do this, it would not be
and
the same.
Actually today Luann posted like pictures of her and Ramona, and she's like, "Would you want to see Ramona on?
No.
Can you picture her on Crappy Lake?" And I'm like, "Don't even post this.
She would be so miserable.
Don't even put
she
that
would
into
be
the
like
atmosphere.
She would be awful at it. That's like one thing I like about it is they go in and they like embrace it, where Ramona would be miserable. It wouldn't be, she'd be like, oh, where's this and where's that? Oh my God, mudding, ew. Like, fuck you, thank you, no. Although I do love a Ramona.
Sonja and Lou don't think they're better than anyone else.
Exactly.
And if they do, it doesn't come off as apparent.
Well, Sonja definitely doesn't. And Luann probably does, but she's definitely like not bringing that energy here. I think after she went to jail, she kind of stopped bringing that energy as much.
Yeah, I agreed.
Yeah, it was good. Before we continue, I just want to throw out the trigger warning because we are going to talk now about Below Deck Down Under, and it was heavy and intense, and it was triggering. I was triggered, and I don't really like get triggered very easily. So it did start out lighthearted. We can say that. The group of guests were like actually seemed really cool. It ended with like he gave an extra tip for like arm wrestling Captain Jason. It was like the biggest tip they'd ever had. The
My
chef
jaw
was
dropped.
Googling recipes. Yeah, I know. The chef, okay, I posted on Instagram, I'm like, 2 things I don't need to see. The chef Googling recipes and the deckhand getting seasick. 2 things I don't need on my yacht.
I Google recipes, but I'm not a 5-star chef, so.
No, you're not like a Michelin star chef.
I'll give it to her that, like, she's cooking Cuban and, like, arroz con pollo, like, it's hard to make. So, like, I'll give her that.
There you go.
Thank you. Our Latina by association.
Darcy. By marriage.
She's got some Latina in her.
I will say she answered me. She answered the post and she goes, everyone does it. I'm just honest about it. I'm like, it's just fun shade, girl. We know.
Yeah.
It's not that serious.
I love her.
How else would you get a recipe? Make one up?
Yeah, not me.
I love her.
She's good. I like her a lot. And honestly, like Below Deck Sailing Yacht, the chef was just like such a bore. I forgot she was there every single episode. So it's nice to have like
I don't even remember who the chef was. Oh,
Alicia.
Yeah.
Alicia, yeah. She was just a snore. Anyhow. Okay, so we gotta get into it. So they go out. And Margot is clearly very drunk. She said it several times. She was drinking water. She kept saying she was blacked out. Everyone at the table heard her. I will say that, like, I'm going to give Aisha a lot of credit off the rip because even though she was drunk too, she totally picked up on it. She felt uncomfortable with, like, what was going on in the back seat. She waited until, like, everyone went in to make sure that Margot got to bed. Like, I'll give it to her. They're off. Like, she didn't have to do that, and she did. So we'll give it
she
to
protected her. She
stepped up in such a huge, and she noticed it off the cuff.
And I feel like as females, we have to do that. You know, you have to look out for your girl.
Women. Yeah, absolutely. I could not tell you how many times probably each one of you has like saved me from what could have been a life-altering experience. So thank you for that. So we get inside, her back on the boat, and she puts Margot to bed, and she's like waiting there because Luke is creeping. And then the breaker tripped and like
the power went out. What are the chances?
I know. Wow. And as soon as the power goes out and they try to go see what's going on, that creepy fucking bastard sneaks into her room with just a towel on and gets into her bed without the towel on. What the fuck would have happened if production weren't there to be like, hey, you need to get out?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the fuck would have happened?
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
That was so disturbing. I don't know that anything so graphic has ever been aired on Bravo.
I don't think so.
And like, I get that nothing like actually like occurred, right? Like, okay, like, we know, disclaimer for legal purposes, like he didn't rape her, like production stepped in, nothing did happen, but just like who knows like how many minutes he was in there before production stepped in, or like how long that whole interaction actually took. We don't know. I'm sure we'll get some details down the line, but just fucking disgusting. And like the face he was making, that fucking creepy little like
smirk,
rapey face. Ugh. Sorry, he didn't rape her, disclaimer. But
no,
his face looked like he wanted to.
But you know, he realized he did something wrong when he ran into his room and locked himself in his room. And
he
Culver
totally
couldn't
did.
even, and he was like, "Shit, I fucked up."
And then he's like, "Fuck them! I wasn't even near her." Like, I'm like, "Yeah, that's like not actually what happened. Like, you're lying and you're covering your ass."
I think you forgot the cameras were there.
Yeah.
Which it makes me even more sick. Honestly, like,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
there's
how emboldened do you have to be to do it in that situation? So, like, what happens when there's not a group of people there or a team to step in?
And like, that's just not normal behavior. And no matter how drunk you are, you should not behave like that. So something's actually wrong with you that you would behave like that. It doesn't matter what level of drunk. Like, there's no level of drunk that makes me a murderer, you know? So like, there's no level of drunk that makes you a fucking sexual assaulter either.
Yeah.
Because that's just like not normal fucking behavior.
No.
I'm so disgusted. It was triggering. I mean, I texted you guys this morning, right? Like, we grew up in, like, I said we grew up in the Jersey Shore era, right? Like, so consent was like not always a thing. It wasn't always spoken about. I'm sure that the three of us and probably many of you listening right now have been put in uncomfortable situations that you didn't want to be in, where consent was not given, and like I'm sure that moment like took you right back there. I know it did for me.
I did not feel well when I was watching it. I felt gross.
Yeah.
I was just talking about it. And then like you posted a picture uneasy. And I was like, that's like an aggressive picture. Just like the whole like he was ass naked in her room. Like that's wild to me.
I know.
That's a jump scare.
Thank God for production. And like honestly, like we don't get the fourth wall break very often, but I'm like, okay, they do step in, like they do know the line, they're there, like they really are watching. So that's thank God for them. Thank God for Aisha. So, and I feel like it couldn't have been handled better. Like she made sure that like Margot was okay. They made sure that like Luke was like nowhere around. And then she went to Jason, and Jason like very quietly and calmly like exited him from the boat. And I just thought that was so appropriate.
Go Captain.
It was a master class in what to do in that type of situation.
Totally. I'm big shout out to those two. That was like excellent management skills. I wrote a bunch of shit on our Instagram today. You guys can go check it out. But this is just not a topic I feel like you can ignore or like not have an opinion on. Like there are some things where I feel like we try to remain neutral when there's like a stupid feud over like who said what on a housewife show. Like we try to remain pretty neutral and like not really give too much of an opinion, but like this is just not something that you could not have an opinion on. Yep. And then obviously he got fired, which is totally like just and correct. And you know, that was that. I didn't even feel like I wanted to give it much airtime other than that. Then we have to move over to his predator in crime, Laura.
Fucking insane. Like, what are you
sicko
thinking? Like, I don't get it. And the shit that she said to Margot, it's not like he was going to rape you. It's a joke.
You welcomed him. She said you welcomed him, and that's why he felt welcome in your room.
Was he hard when he came in? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
If he came in my room naked, I would let him right in.
That shit was disgusting.
Okay. So, obviously, like, we'll break our own fourth wall here a little bit because I'm about to do this bitch in. I'm just going to be honest. Okay? So, I thought that she was, like, just, like, funny and good TV. I think we all thought she was a little fucking
I did. I said last week she was good TV.
She is. I've been saying it for weeks. She's good TV. She's cuckoo. I like watching her. She definitely like DMs us a lot. Okay. Throwing that out there. I don't really ever talk about many people that DM us unless it's like something that's not so serious, but she DMs us a lot and she has a lot to say. And today when I posted, I'll read you what I posted because I think it's important to like take a stand for certain things. And so I posted today on our account. Let me find it. I said, trigger warning, last night's episode of Below Deck Down Under turned from fun and lighthearted to serious and heavy. We stand with Margot, Adam, and the remainder of the crew that defended them. The BBBs do not tolerate sexual misconduct, and we don't support anyone who does. And I tagged her and Luke in it because you should fucking know what you did. And she sent back a laughing emoji to it. After she made some kind of post about how much she's like grown. This taped when she was 29 and she's 30 now, so she's learned so much. And so I wrote to her and I said, you can't have learned that much if you would laugh at this comment. And she wrote back like drama. And I said, we've communicated a bit. I thought that you were like a nice girl, funny, whatever, good TV. But like if you can't own up to your shit, you really have some issues. And that was it.
Well, and her like bullshit it's not even an apology. It was a bullshit acknowledgement.
It was a non-apology apology. It was like, I've grown.
But she
Sorry,
said,
Adam.
When I was 29, like...
When I was 29, I wasn't okay with rape either. Oh, sorry. He didn't rape her. Disclaimer. Fucking God. I'm going to get sued one of these days.
But like, at age 29, right from wrong. And then she ended it with, I'm watching it like all of you as entertainment. None of that fucking episode was entertaining to anybody.
I'm going to read what she wrote. My sincere apologies to Adam. I did not realize I made him feel uncomfortable, and no one should be put in that position. And to Margot, to not been able to empathize. I was 29 when the show was filmed. 30 was my life changer. I'm 31 now, and I'm watching it all with you, an entertainment show. That's not an apology, one. And two, like, what could you have learned if you send a laughing face emoji to someone who writes that they don't tolerate sexual misconduct? So
like people don't know how to
we
read
don't
the fucking
support you,
room.
Laura. We don't support you.
Mm-mm.
Sorry, we don't. We support you getting some fucking help. I'll
Bye,
support
bitch.
that. I'll send you some resources and referrals if you'd like. But we don't support you, bitch.
No.
Sorry. We support other women.
I think, like, how all, like, everybody on the crew, like, banded together and, like, just to see, like, them create that supportive environment for Margot and Adam was, like, so... It was nice to see.
When I looked back, I took a bunch of... I posted these screenshots, too, because I felt like it was important. And I also just feel like, yeah, all of us knew what Luke did was wrong and gross and disgusting. I'm very glad that once Captain Jason found out what Laura was doing, that he took it just as seriously, because I think it's just as important. And
I do too.
The first thing Amanda said this morning was justice for Adam. And I totally agree, because I feel like he was in an uncomfortable position. And when I posted these screenshots, he literally said no like 3 different ways, and then production also told her no.
Yeah.
And it's like there in subtitles. So it's like
she didn't climb into his bed naked, but she still climbed into his bed. And when I was watching that, I'm like, this is bullshit, because Luke got fired, but Laura's gonna get away with it. Like, that's not that's men have issues, like, go through the same thing, maybe not on as much as a scale as women do, but you have to, like, they go through shit too. It's not.
Yeah. And it goes underreported and like underspoken about. Yeah. And I think that like it was so important to like take a stand against both. And it was just gross. Like, how many times can he tell you no?
This bitch has no self-respect. Like Jesus.
Straight up no. No. It's a no, homie. No.
We're friends.
Production's like, you need to get out of the bed right now.
Okay. And then she's like kissing his neck. Like, ugh.
I know.
Bitch, have some self-respect, okay? If a man tells me no, then I'm gonna be like, okay.
Right. So
I'm gonna find something better than you.
I'm gonna take off my, like, you know, very aggravated like watcher hat and like put on a therapist hat for just 1 second. But if I had to like guess, 1, she for sure has a personality disorder, and 2, that's likely stems from a history of trauma. And she did say early on she like left Latvia or wherever she's from like really early on her own with like no support. So I would just assume she's been through quite a bit of trauma, and that's why she's so messed up. So I hope she gets the help that she needs. And yeah, Team Margot, Team Adam, Team everyone but Luke and Laura.
Do you think they're going to bring them back for the reunion?
Hell no.
No.
Because when they record their like little talking heads, that's post filming, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So they would have brought them back to record that?
Yeah, yes, but I think bringing them back to a scene where they have like sexualized to
I don't want them back.
No, I'm just saying I think that crosses the line, but like bringing them back to like do their interviews, because they were on like half of the season basically. I mean, we're on episode 7 I think at this point. Yeah, I can't see them coming back to the reunion.
I hope not. I gotta say, I'm a little pissed that there was no acknowledgement of it last night on Watch What Happens Live. Like, that's a bullshit cop-out.
Okay, so I'll say this. Andy Cohen doesn't always film live, and usually the Tuesday nights where they aren't, if it's not like a current cast member, those are usually filmed in advance.
Okay.
So it's probably not live.
All right, fair enough.
Watch What Happens unlive.
Fair enough.
I only learned that from reading Daddy Diaries, that like pretty much every week, like there's one live show and the rest like he backs up. So he does like 3 in a night.
Oh, okay.
Just like when I was trying to get tickets to Watch What Happens Live to see Emily and Tamara, they had already filmed that. Because I had seen that they like posted their outfits and stuff before it ever even came out. So that's probably why.
You know what? Now that you're telling me this, I'm kind of pissed off at the polls because they have to be fake if they're not live.
Yeah. Unless they do them. I think they come from Twitter though. So maybe they tweet live.
You mean X?
No, because
No,
then
I
he
don't.
talks
I
about
mean
it.
fucking Twitter.
No, because then he's like, oh, look at it. It looks like Melissa won in a landslide.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
Fucking fake. Fake.
Well,
I fucking knew it.
No, but the housewife ones are live usually. So though I don't think he does polls on like the ones with random
I'm going to
people.
go back and watch the one that you were trying to go on, and I bet they did fucking polls. And if it wasn't live, then I'm fucking...
Yeah, go look at that one.
Sorry.
I don't think he's doing them on like Amy Sedaris's like
No.
Watch What Happens Live, because what would they poll about?
I don't even know who that is.
Circle Yes or No. It's one of his friends. Gotta read Daddy Diaries. I read like half of it on my vacation. It was actually really good. It was interesting. I learned a lot more about the daddy, Andy Cohen. My gripe, speaking of gripes, was just that like there really was no like trigger warning before the show. They should have said something like there are going to be like graphic scenes, you know, kind of like SVU. Like they should have said something. It just got too graphic too fast.
It happened really quickly. And, like, I appreciate that they gave, like, the disclaimer and, like, the information about rain and all that stuff at the end of the episode. But, like, something at the beginning just to have the heads up that, like, shit's about to really go down.
Maybe that's just how they do things down under.
I'll say, when I watched the previews, I didn't think it was going to be that. I thought he was, like, wasted
drunk.
and, like, going to fucking hurt himself or something.
I thought that what I thought from the preview was, like, oh, he probably saw her kiss Harry and he got mad. Like, he saw Margot kiss Harry and he got pissed off and wanted to leave. That's what I thought.
Yeah, I didn't,
No, but as soon as they were in the van, and she was, like, laying dead, coma
and he
in
took
his lap.
His shirt off.
That's when I was like, this is going somewhere bad. Yeah. There was no music in the background. Like, usually there's background music. No, it was, like, serious for, like, 15 straight minutes. It was a lot. It was very intense.
Yeah.
It made me feel a certain type of way that I did not appreciate.
Yeah. So we did get kind of like a preview of the rest of the season, and Joao is coming back as the first officer. What do you guys think of Joao?
I have no background information.
You don't? You watch Med. You love Med. He was Captain
all of it.
He was like earlier on. He was like Captain Sandy's fucking little bitch boy.
Well, you know how I feel about Captain Sandy.
She made him a first officer, I'm pretty sure.
Probably.
Maybe you haven't gotten he was on Aisha season, so if you haven't watched that.
And he said some pretty inappropriate things about Aisha.
Yeah. So. Yeah. He was
but hopefully he's grown. Maybe his character has grown.
Maybe he filmed that when he was 29 and 30 was his growth year.
Yeah. And now that he's 31, it's just entertainment.
Yeah, there you go.
Get fucked.
Yeah, sorry, Laura, we're not into you anymore. We rode hard for you for a second when we thought you were funny, but now you're just fucking nuts.
Yeah.
And Luke is disgusting. Even just looking at his, like,
his Instagram is gross. Like,
and we don't follow them anymore.
Luke's got a tattoo on his forearm that says, do it anyways. And in light of that episode, like, it just...
I mean, he was disgusting. Posting thirst traps. Either he posted it today or last night. I don't know. I looked at it quick. And come on, bro. Read the fucking room. Again, like, what is wrong with people? Like, there's something fucking mentally wrong with you. If you see how people...
mentally wrong.
If you see how people are fucking reacting and then you just double down, like...
Yeah. No, there's something wrong.
Obviously.
Even like in the first 5 minutes when they brought the cake back in, he was like, look, there's a hair there. And then you tried to like kiss her in the kitchen.
Oh yeah, that was weird.
That part I wrote it down in like my notes and then like obviously got way worse. And that's so I didn't require that scene anymore. But like 3 weeks ago, I think I posted something and I was like, consent is cool. And I tagged him and he reposted it. And like, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, you fucking knew that you got fired for being like a sexual predator. He did not rape her, disclaimer. And I know, I have to keep saying it. I'm very legal minded. I listen to a lot of Bravo talk. Here's hoping like next week of Bravo is a little lighter. I don't know if I can handle it.
Yeah, like I said, I need some more chaotic dinners.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, this isn't my plate, bitch. Like, give me that.
I don't eat this.
No. Below Deck Down Under sexual assault was not on my bingo card last night.
No. Try going to sleep after that.
I was thinking like if it were any other chief stew or any other like captain, how it would have gone down. I just don't think it would have been handled as like eloquently.
It was the example of everything to do Right.
Yeah, I think Captain Lee would have had some choice fucking words for him.
Oh,
Lee would have knocked his fucking teeth in.
Yeah, he would have said some. He would have had a couple of good one-liners coming out of that.
Captain Sandy would have lost her shit too.
Yeah. For sure. You don't mess with a woman with Captain Sandy around.
Yeah.
No way.
Glenn would have been like listening to whale sounds. He would have missed the whole thing. Captain Carey would have been like, "It's just an adventure." No, that was fucked up. I shouldn't have even said that out loud. That's fucked up. Captain Carey, I don't think you would approve of any kind of sexual misconduct.
I wonder have any of the other captains came out and said anything?
I haven't seen anyone say anything, to be honest. If I'm being really honest, I haven't seen anyone except like us say much of anything, and I don't know why that is. I'm not sure.
I'm gonna have to listen to the Watch What Crappens episode about this.
They did post something.
They did post something. I saw that they posted like a sad face.
They posted Team Asia.
Yeah, they did post I'm gonna have to listen to them because I know that RHONY and Ben got some choice words for fucking creepo.
Oh, they just posted something else too. They did an episode called No, which was probably the first episode, and they did one called Leadership on Deck, which is the second episode.
I'm gonna have to listen to those with Summer tomorrow. She'll love it.
Yeah, but I haven't seen any other like I follow like Below Deck and they didn't really say anything. I
have to look. Do you follow Captain
Bravo
Sandy?
Hasn't even
Bravo
put out a statement.
I do follow Captain Sandy, but I don't follow her closely enough that like her stuff comes up in my. Yes, we follow everyone in the Bravo sphere except for Luke. No, she didn't post anything.
She didn't either. No, I'm looking at Captain Lee.
He just posted that he's doing a live show in Vegas.
Okay.
All right, Bravo. Please bring me light and fluffy this week. My heart can't take it. Just can't take it. Do you guys have anything else to say on that topic? No. Sorry to get so serious to our listeners, but I just think it's something we can't ignore.
It's necessary.
And we won't, because we are women who support women and men.
We support people.
I support decent human beings, unless you're being like a little bit like shady, like then that's fine. But I
love being shady, but
be a fucking normal.
Be shady, not rapey. Vote for me. Vote for me 2024.
I can't stand you.
Same.
You guys fucking love me.
I do. I really do. I fucking love you too. I'm obsessed with you.
I fuck with you, bitches. God. I fuck with you, bitches. All right.
So,
yeah.
Let's segue. Right
yeah. If you like what you heard here, or you're even still listening, you can follow our podcast on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. Follow us on socials at Boujee Bravo Bitches on Instagram and on TikTok and on Threads and on Twitter /X fucking Elon Musk at Boujee Bravo Bees. We also have a Facebook page. Follow us there.
That's it, bitch.